We've done almost $13,000 in sales in January so far. Stay tuned for the full breakdown. Logan here with day 12 of 2026 of posting a video a day as a 35-year-old CEO and business owner running a business with a chronic illness and saving items from the landfill. We are doing our week 1 overview today, and we are covering January 1st through January 11th, so through yesterday, because the weeks just kind of fell weird in January. So first things first, today, good news. We did not totally break my computer yesterday. It seemed to be working fine today, so we're just gonna pretty much use it till it dies. Team accomplishments today. We went and pulled all of our Easter inventory from storage. So you might be thinking, why on earth would you store seasonal inventory for an entire year to put it out later on and pay for all that storage? So we have been storing seasonal for just over a year now, because we're in the liquidation industry and we get seasonal after the holiday. So typically in January, on a January truck, we would be getting Halloween and Christmas. Sometime in the summer, we usually get St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Easter. Fall, we usually get 4th of July and Easter, and then the cycle continues. So we have found it very beneficial to store our seasonal inventory when we receive it in storage units, and then we put it out the same time as the big retail stores, but at a discount. So when people are going into Target, Walmart, and they're seeing that season start to hit the shelves, it's full price, and we're half of that price. And as everyone's prices continue to go up, especially at Target, we are half off the old price. So we're actually more than 50% off retail by the time it hits our floor. We have found that selling seasonal during season, we make a lot more money and we generate a lot more revenue that way, even with the storage costs. If we were to sell Easter in the middle of the summer, we would have to sell it too cheap in order to get rid of it, because it's past season and people aren't really focused on spending their money on a holiday that just happened. So just a little tidbit of how we kind of operate our business model a little bit. We do store our seasonal and pay for storage. So week 1 overview, which is covering January 1st through the 11th, just because of how the weeks fell. So, our total items listed so far in the month of January is only 6. So if you've watched my previous videos, we're in the middle of transferring inventory management softwares, and it is taking up a lot of our time. It's not that we don't have listings to list. We actually have over 600 drafts, nearly ready to list. We are just waiting until we're fully transitioned to the new software in order to actually start getting those listings out so that there's no confusion between the old platform and the new platform, if that makes sense. So far we've only listed 6 items. Those were test items, because we were testing out how we were transferring that inventory into our main spreadsheet where we keep track of everything. So far in the month of January, we have saved 1,429 items from the landfill. So almost 1,500 items. That's a pretty good start to the year. Our goal for 2026 is to save over 100,000 items this year. So our sales so far for the month of January is sitting at $12,868.95. And I'm going to do a breakdown of which platform those sales came from. And keep in mind that this is gross sales. This is not profit. So we do have operating costs, payroll, cost of goods, all of that gets taken out of that. The store has been a little bit slower at the start of the year than it typically is. So all factored into these numbers. So the full breakdown of that, almost $13,000 in sales so far. In our retail store, we have $7,008.32. On eBay, we have $4,050.72 in sales. Poshmark, we have $1,055. Mercari, we have $306.90, which Mercari's actually been doing pretty good. It is very hit or miss for us. So that is a decent start to Mercari for January. And our last platform is Whatnot. That's our live sales. We have $489. We've only done a couple of shows because our streamer was on vacation until the 7th. So we've only done a few shows, and they were rather slow because we took a break over the holidays. If you're not familiar with platforms like Whatnot, if you are not doing a show every day consistently or on a consistent schedule, your viewership tends to fall a little bit. So we're coming off of almost 2 weeks without any shows, and we just don't have a lot of new stuff to sell in our Whatnot shows. So that's just the little bits and pieces of what we could sell in the couple shows that we did do. So that comes to a total of, again, $12,868.95 so far in the month of January. So we still have 20 days of January left to go. So we will keep doing our weekly overviews, and then we'll do a big month overview after January is fully completed. So keep following along for daily updates and topics from a 35-year-old CEO running a business with a chronic illness and saving items from the landfill.